The Perfect Princess. Princess Peony, Peachykins, Primrose, Pollyanna, Posh, Princess Pea for short, was rudely woken from a rather lovely dream about a unicorn to be. Her mummy, Queen Bee, whose real name was also long and silly, had thrown open the curtains and was now humming loudly while doing her morning stretches. Princess Pea wiggled down under the sheets and pretended not to hear her. "Darling, do get up," trilled the Queen from a downward dog pose. "It's time for yoga. You have such a busy schedule this morning and the unicorn parade this afternoon." Princess Pea poked her head out of the sheets and saw a new schedule had been pinned to her notice board. Sunday, Princess Pea's perfect schedule. Very early wake up, early stretchy yoga, brush your teeth, brush your hair, singing lessons, panpipe lessons, dance lesson. Everyone in the royal palace and the magical kingdom of Twinkleland had been looking forward to the unicorn parade for months. The princess currently rode a wooden unicorn. Her riding lessons had been tricky, and every week she'd dismount with splinters in her bottom. The Queen had declared that the princess now needed a real unicorn, and only the best would do. There would be a special parade. Unicorns from all over the kingdom would compete to become the first ever royal unicorn. A noble steed, a stylish mascot, and, most importantly to Princess Pea, her loyal companion, also known as her new sidekick. Princess Pea was very excited about getting her own unicorn. She had never actually met a real unicorn up close before, but she had imagined the kind of fun and freedom she was going to have with a special four-legged friend. Princess Pea looked at her schedule again and groaned. There wasn't any time to do things she wanted to do. "Mummy, wouldn't it be nice if I could have the morning off?" "Nonsense," tutted the Queen. "Princesses can't be lazy. They're supposed to work very hard to be perfectly poised and particularly pleasing all the time. Now jump out of bed, it's yoga o'clock." After leading Princess Pea through her stretches, Queen Bee went off to find the next victims. The palace pixies. She loved to boss them around. The royal family was small, but Twinkleland Palace was enormous. Princess Pea thought it seemed far too big for just the king, the queen, and herself. The hundreds of rooms, turrets, and corridors were kept immaculate by lots of pixies who had been hired for their impressive cleaning skills. Every single pixie obeyed the rules without question, and they never complained. They swept, polished, and squeeged day and night, even though Princess Pea had never even been in half of the rooms. And it wasn't only the palace pixies who worked hard. Almost everyone else in the kingdom of Twinkleland did all they could do to meet the highest standards expected by the Queen Bee. Everyone, that is, except Princess Pea. As soon as Princess Pea was alone, she belly flopped back onto her bed and lay there for a moment, hatching an alternative plan for the day. Then, still wearing her pajamas, she went out to her balcony and breathed in the sweet fresh air. It was a typical Twinkleland morning. The whole of the kingdom was bathed in golden sunlight, from the distant mountains to the nearby rooftops of Twinkletown, and she counted at least 5 rainbows. The trouble with living somewhere so sunshiny was that it was nearly always too nice to stay indoors. The princess's own plan for the day was to sneakily skip her lessons. She was sure her teachers wouldn't really mind. Now, the princess liked yoga and singing, riding practice, dancing, swimming and art. She even liked playing the panpipes, although she preferred the drums. But she found her daily schedule was a slog. Being perfect was tiring. The Queen and the King despaired. "She will not listen," they moaned. "She does not obey orders, and she's always grabby." So, instead of going to the singing room for her first lesson of the day, Princess Pea pulled on her wellies and untangled the rope ladder she kept hidden under her bed. Then she chucked it over the balcony and escaped.